going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We are now 2 weeks deep into phase 2 of the Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary, and I thought it was time that we talk about the phase, the launch, the last 2 weeks, how it has been so far, and is it good enough to keep you guys playing? So without further ado, we're going to jump over and we're going to be doing a little bit of a walk and talk on my warrior. This is my main character. Yes, I have a bunch of tier 5 already, and no, I wasn't loot counseled it. We are running SR this phase. I just got really lucky and won it, and I'm pretty damn geared. So for anyone who needs a quick update, I was playing Fury all of phase 1. We lost a tank. I went Prot for phase 2 and onward, and I'm probably going to be staying with Prot for the rest of the Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary. I haven't played Prot in my 20 years of playing Warrior, and I'm really enjoying learning it, and it seems pretty fun. But yeah, anyways, phase 2 launch, right? We got Tempest Keep, we got Serpent Shrine Cavern, and I wanted to talk to you guys about how I personally think the phase feels. Now, from my own experience, the reason why I'm making this video, let me preface this and say, the reason I'm making this video is because I've gotten a ton of comments. I get talked about it in-game all the time, people asking me how I feel about the phase. A lot of people are complaining and saying they're going to quit and all this stuff. And I wanted to share my thoughts on it. So phase 2 as a whole, the raids, Tempest Keep, Serpent Shrine Cavern, I think it's a great time. We cleared week 1, and then last week we cleared again. I personally think the raids are a step up in terms of fun and a little bit in difficulty from phase 1, right? In phase 1, we're raiding Gruul, Mag, Karazhan, and I think that, you know, moving into phase 2, having 2 real raids, you know, with multiple bosses and trash that you have to clear, I think it feels really good. I think the experience is very fun overall, and the quality of the raids, in my opinion, is great. It's exactly, you know, what I was looking for moving into playing the Burning Crusade. Now, there's some problems, of course, that are the reason why a lot of people are saying, you know what, I'm done, maybe I'll come back in phase 4 or whatever, and I will address those in this video. But to me, personally, the content that we are doing, the raids, feels incredible. I think it's a really good time. I think it's, you know, it does challenge your guild to work together and do mechanics and kind of figure everything out. Even as post-nerf, it's still a bit of a challenge. I'm not going to say it's super hard, but it's a bit of a challenge. And that's good. That's a good thing, right? I've always been on the side of wanting the post-nerf raids. I don't want to do pre-nerf. I can do pre-nerf. It's not that I can't. I just think post-nerf is a lot more accessible and just respects your time a little bit more, especially since this is, you know, this is the 3rd time that we're moving through the Burning Crusade. Now, a lot of people's concerns that I've talked to don't necessarily come from the raid content. It comes from what surrounds the raid content. Now, there is this overwhelming sense of the consumables being way too expensive. And I gotta agree with you guys on that. I know you've all asked me to make this video. I will agree with you guys on that. Consumables at this point are insane. You know, last week we had flasks reaching highs of 180 gold per flask, and we're no longer, you know, popping 1 flask and clearing all the raid content. You're popping 2 or 3 flasks to clear both raids at this point. Probably some guilds are popping 4 flasks, right? Maybe it takes them 4 hours each night. And that's insane. That's almost 800 gold just in flasks. And let's say you're a melee DPS and you need your flame caps, your sharpening stones, all of that good stuff. If you're an engineer and you're using sappers, you know, bless you, because it's a lot. It is. You could easily spend anywhere between 500 to 1,000 gold per raid lockout if you're someone who uses consumes, or if you're in a guild that requires you to use consumes. Now, the argument on the other side is going to be, well, you don't need to pop all these consumes to clear the content, this, that, the other thing. Of course not. You absolutely do not need to pop these consumables to clear the content, but most guilds are going to require you to be popping at least flasks and food buff, okay? So that argument kind of goes out the window, and if you join pugs that don't require you to pop consumes, you're probably not clearing the raids. So I do feel for people who are saying the consumes are extremely expensive, and that's why they're quitting. And I'll be honest with you, I agree. I do. I fully agree that consumables are way too expensive in Anniversary. There is something that has been going on since the beginning of Anniversary with the consumable prices. It has been, by far, in my opinion, the worst economy in any version of Classic WoW to date. You know, we've played Classic a million times over at this point since 2019. Anniversary has the worst economy that there has ever been. You know, bots rule everything. Nothing is profitable to craft. You can gamble with alchemy, you know, to try and get some procs on crafting elixirs. But yeah, you know, if you craft 10 elixirs and you go dry and don't proc a single one, you just lost like 180 gold just crafting 10 elixirs. So, you know, or flasks, I should be saying. So there is a problem with that, and I understand from that point of view, people quitting. You know, maybe you just don't feel like farming gold or whatever, and that's completely okay as well. I'm not a big gold farmer myself, and I completely get that. But as far as like the actual phase goes, right, the dailies coming in, Tempest Keep, Serpent Shrine Cavern, I think it's been a pretty good time so far. And for me, like, obviously, I'm not going to quit, right? I make content on the game. I'm with a guild. We're going to be raiding the whole way through. I don't know if we're going to do Sunwell. Maybe we'll quit before Sunwell. It depends what's next or what's coming out. I mean, we've been getting a lot of Wrath of a Lich King propaganda. So that leads me to believe that Classic Plus is a little bit further away than most people think, and we are probably heading into Wrath of a Lich King before that, which is fine. I'll play Wrath of a Lich King again. If I had to choose, obviously I'm going to choose Classic Plus, but I do personally think that we're going to be heading into Wrath of a Lich King first, and then moving into Classic Plus later on after that. Probably get towards the end of Wrath of a Lich King, or maybe even halfway through. But either way, you know, the point of this video was, is Phase 2 good enough to keep you playing? For me personally, it is. You know, I play the game as a job at this point, right? So, you know, and I'm also having fun, and I like raiding with my guild. It's nice to kind of get together and be able to raid and talk to people for more than just an hour and a half or 2 hours every week. I mean, really enjoying that, getting to actually become friends with your raid members and talk to everyone. It's nice. It's a nice change of pace. I enjoy these raids, and in the next phase, I really, really enjoy Black Temple. And Hyjal's not that bad either, so I'm looking forward to that. But I know a lot of you wanted me to make this video and give my thoughts and opinions on this because you're struggling to continue playing the Burning Crusade, and that's fine. Maybe you just need a break. You know, if you want to take a break, the best time to come back and play the Burning Crusade is going to be Phase 4. When ZA comes out, there's a lot of catch up. I think Primal Nethers go to BOE, so you could just buy those and craft whatever gear you need. It's really cool, Phase 4, so if you need to take a break, go ahead and take a break and come back later on. Pretty much at this point, every version of Classic WoW has a stabilized player base, so you can go and play pretty much any one of them. The only one that I would say is pretty much still dead, even after its little revival, it might be Season of Discovery. There are some people playing SOD, but it's not I don't really count it as like a fully supported game mode anymore. In my opinion, it could be shut down at any time, right? So I wouldn't be playing on there. But for the people who are enjoying it, go ahead and enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's all about having fun at the end of the day. If you wanted to play hardcore, go play that. Hardcore is absolutely popping off on Doomhowl and Skull Rock. You can play Classic Era. That has a stabilized player base that really doesn't go anywhere. You got TBC, and you got Mop is heading into Siege of Orgrimmar. Not the most popular version of the game, but if that's something that you want to do, there are people doing it and playing it. It's still pretty big, so go ahead and enjoy that. There's a lot going on, is what I'm trying to say. Don't feel forced. If you do want to take a break and maybe come back in a later phase when the game feels a little bit more accessible to you, you know, keep in mind that next phase we're going to be able to be getting flasks with Marks of the Illidari, so that's something that changes, so that will help with those consumable prices quite a bit. And you know, just take a break. You know, if you're feeling burnt out, take a break. To me, TBC is still a great version of the game. In terms of anniversary versus last TBC, you know, 2021 TBC, I personally think 2021 TBC was a little bit better. It felt a little bit more free. We were allowed to play however we wanted to play. The economy wasn't as bad, and I guess even if it was as bad, it didn't feel as bad because we were able to earn a little bit more gold. This time around, it's a little different, and, you know, we got to deal with it. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. You know, I'm playing the game for what it is. I'm having a good time, and I hope that you guys are able to do the same thing. And if not, like I said, take a break, play a different game, play another version of Classic. There's so much going on that you could enjoy in WoW Classic at this point in time. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I know you guys wanted me to make this video. Share your thoughts with me down in the comments below. Follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/hammerdance. We stream Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And subscribe to the channel if you love Classic WoW just as much as me. We're going to be covering all of the rest of TBC and Wrath if we get that. And then obviously if we get the Classic Plus announcement, we're full speed ahead on Classic Plus content, just like we were with Season of Discovery those years ago. So anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.